that has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Running fast to the edge of life. Jesus saved me a time. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Running fast for the edge of life. Jesus saved me a time. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Running fast for the edge of life. Jesus saved me a time. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Running fast for the edge of life. Jesus saved me a time. Jesus saved me a time. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Running fast for the edge of life. Jesus saved me a time. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Running fast for the edge of life. Jesus saved me a time. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes. That has come to me. Running fast for the edge of life. Jesus saved me a time. Running fast for the edge of life. Jesus saved me a time. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. It is here in the Father's kingdom. It was there for me. You took me, and you washed away my sins. You washed away my sins.
You ready? You're listening to the Real Pineapple Podcast Network. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, days, and gays. This is the Real Pineapple. This is your humble host, Hunter, here. Hope you're having a good night. Hope you're safe. I hope you're well. Uh, Hope you're having a good end to your weekend. Today is basically my Tuesday, so I'm getting over the hump tomorrow. So, yeah, pretty excited that the week, at least for me, so far is flying by. But yeah, I hope you're safe. Hope you're doing well. So I'm gonna be real. I was gonna do a soapbox corner, but I'm gonna save that because I'm gonna do a stream tomorrow. So I'm gonna save my soapbox for tomorrow. I'll save that for tomorrow night. But maybe Tuesday. I might do a stream Tuesday. Tomorrow Tuesday. I'm gonna figure it out. Probably Tuesday. Anyways, but I want to go ahead and do a review of a movie that I just watched. I was really lucky and grateful to get a screener for it. A movie that I saw a trailer for, I think when I saw Fantastic Four, if memory serves. But I was really excited to finally see the film, Blue Moon, which is starring, of course, pardon me, Ethan Hawke, Margaret Qualley, and Andrew Scott. Is directed and it's directed by Richard Linklater, who, of course, like it's really funny. I was talking to my friend uh about Linklater's career, and it's so crazy to me because like I remember when Boyhood came out, and maybe I was in a bad mood when I watched Boyhood or something, but I watched it. I remember just going like, why do people love like it was that Oscar movie. It was like oh what the fuck's the movie? Zone of Interest that came out a couple years ago. Or when a Nomadland when Nomadland came out. And I was just like, God damn, why these movies? Like, why are these being heralded as some, you know, game changer? Like, I just like, I just did not understand Boyhood. But I'll be the first to admit, between Before Sunrise and Before Midnight, um, Everybody Wants Some, School of Rock, Hitman, was one of my favorite films of 2023. I fucking adore Hitman. So, Bernie, which I do not think gets nearly enough credit for. I think that's the performance of Jack Black's career is Bernie, and I was actually pretty pissed when he didn't get really didn't get any awards love. I thought he was incredible in that. Where'd You Go, Bernadette? I think it's good. It's not great. It's good. It's got some good moments. And then Scanner Darkly. I fucks with a Scanner Darkly. But I was really curious going into this because it's got two of my favorite actors. Margaret Qualley's career. I mean, yes, let me just get out of the way. Yes, she's so fucking fine. Oh my god, have you seen Margaret Qualley? What I really love about her is like she is just taking risk on shit. Like none of her projects are the same. Whether it's Nice Guys, or it's Death Note, Leftovers, Sanctuary, which I think is a fascinating as fuck movie. You want to talk about her being sexy in that, but the performance she gives in that is fucking haunting. Like she's so good in Sanctuary, another movie I don't think gets nearly enough love. And then I saw Drive Away Dolls, and I remember being so mad because I was one of my most anticipated films that year, and Ethan Coen just shit the fucking bed. It's a horrible movie. But then I watched Honey Don't, and while Honey Don't has several of the same issues that that Drive Away Dolls does, the back half it gets a pulse. I haven't reviewed it proper. I might actually even rewatch it because it's only I think it's like 85 minutes, something like that. It's like barely 90, if that. But I remember watching Honey Don't and being like, okay, there are some moments in this that I actually like. And if Margaret Qualley was to play a private detective and kind of give her her own poker face, um, she could do that shit. Like I think she's overdue for something like that. So I don't know if Ethan Cohen would consider maybe doing like uh or maybe teaming up with Joel so he can actually complete a script. That would have a complete script. That'd be nice. But I think there's something there's a good to great movie within Honey Don't if there's like a rewrite or two. And I think that's what frustrates me so much about it. And then of course the substance, she's fucking incredible in the substance. Holy fuck. Um so going into this, I was really curious. Ethan Hawke. I haven't seen the Black Phone 2 yet. I will be seeing the Black Phone 2 probably Tuesday, actually, because I do want to review that for the Real Scary series. But Ethan Hawke, man, between Training Day, Black Phone, Sinister, Training Day, he's awesome in Magnificent Seven. He's fucking great, Magnificent Seven. The Purge, he's just been great for years. Oh, in one, speaking of another movie that does not get enough love, fucking First Reformed. First Reformed kicks so much ass, and I do not understand how the Academy just slept on that shit. That's such a, I mean, actually now it deals with the Catholic Church. I just okay, never mind. But it's one of those movies that if you haven't seen First Reformed, you need to watch First Reformed. That would actually be a great double feature with The Apostle. I might end up doing that next month. To break up my Oscar screener binge. I might do that. I'm kind of selling myself on that. But I was real excited going in this movie, and so just off the cast alone, and of course who's behind the camera. And the best way I can describe this movie, it's like NPR made a movie about Rogers the Hammerstein, because that's exactly how this played to me. And I'll be real, I've talked about my love of NPR and how much I've literally worn NPR shirts on the pod. I adore NPR. And the score in this movie is so like snappy and jazzy and fun, and just it kept me engaged. Like the music itself feels like its own character. Like the score is excellent in here. I was looking up. Graham Reynolds did the music as a composer. He has worked on he's a composer on Bernie, Before Midnight, Hitman. Okay, yeah, Scanner Darkly. Okay, so he's worked with him a lot. So okay, goddamn, those are some great scores right there. So, but the music in here is just fucking great. And I'll throw it out there right now. If Ethan Hawke is not getting awards talk, I think it's a crime. He is fucking excellent in this film as Lorenz Hart. So, real quick for you people who are not theater nerds, I will admit I'm more of a theater nerd than I sometimes let on, but I have seen several of Rogers and Hammerstein's films, including Oklahoma, which I do not like Oklahoma at all. That is one of the things I will say about this movie that made me like it even more, is when there's a point in the movie when Lorenz Hart and Richard Rogers, who's played by Andrew Scott, which, okay, let me gush about Andrew Scott real quick. Between Fleabag, of course he's on Sherlock, but between Fleabag and Ripley, which is underrated as fuck too, Netflix's Ripley. If you have not watched Ripley, fuck, I might review that. Oh, I don't know if I can review that by the end of the month, because I'm still boycotting my Netflix, but I might renew it for a month to rewatch Ripley. It's a great fucking miniseries. And then of course All of Us Strangers in 2023, another movie that got no love. God damn it, Academy. Can you just get me on the board? Let me suggest some shit to y'all, because clearly you're missing the goddamn boat. Anyways, that's how you got on the Academy. Yo, I'm sure there's some nepo, but anyways, but I every criticism I basically have about Oklahoma, Lorenz Hart says in here. I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, did someone write this for me? Like, I feel so seen. But Ethan Hawke is such his portrayal of Hart, which, let's be real. Most artists are like this. Most artists are pretentious fucking assholes who think their own shit doesn't stink. I know the irony of how I just said consider some stuff I've said on here, but his breakdown of Oklahoma is so brutal in the best way. And there is this point where Andrew Scott's Rogers is talking to him, and he just has this look on his face like, motherfucker, if we were in a room right now alone, I would punch you in the throat. Like he looks beyond pissed off at how he's been treated. He's been treated by Lorenz, and it's really fascinating to see their relationship because they do at points speak about each other with such a reverence and to each other, where you're like, okay, like I get how you guys could work together, but you also see how they could just absolutely drive each other up the goddamn wall, and how, and honestly, I think that really is how it is. Like it's I think we've gotten so used to like South Park and like Trey Parker and Matt Stone just seemingly being unable to break up. You don't see partnerships like that, you know. I always go back to the Patrice O'Neill bit about, you know, when what was it? Where Hannah of Hanna-Barbera said that he was bigger than Yogi Bear, and Barbera just slapped the shit out of him. A lot of partnerships are like that, especially when it comes to art. So it's crazy. I think we've gotten so used to Trey Parker and Matt Stone being the exception to the rule and not the standard. And so we just kind of by default are like, oh, everyone's like Trey Parker and Matt Stone. And no, they're not. Like I mean, fuck, look at The Rock and Vin Diesel. Look at them. Partnerships don't last often when it comes to art, let alone fucking Hollywood, where there's contracts and money involved and all that shit. So you could see how these two men would grate at each other. And oh man, when they're going at it, when they're sassing, ooh, and I will say there's a couple points where I know I just mentioned that I know I just mentioned that Rogers at points just has this look like, oh my god, Lorenz, I'm gonna punch you. But there's some stuff that Lorenz says that you can tell, like, that Rogers is kind of like, what the fuck, dude? Like it hits him in a spot that clearly he's not thrilled with. And it's really interesting to see the way that Andrew Scott goes ahead and does so much with his facial expressions. In terms of, you know, being intrigued, being hurt, almost kind of probing to see where Lorenz is coming from. And it's really interesting the way they go back and forth. It really gives me Frost Nixon vibes in terms of the back and forth between the two characters. I can't help but compare it to this. It really gave me Maestro vibes. And I mean that in the sense of, this is what I wanted Maestro to be. Now I understand Maestro's, you know, a drama, more of a drama. I get that. But I really wanted the dialogue to kind of just, I wanted to feel invested in dialogue like I did watching this. And just anytime, like, everyone just felt like they were just on their fucking game. I haven't even mentioned Bobby Cannavale yet, which is insane that I haven't mentioned him. I've been rewatching Will and Grace, not like from start to beginning, start to finish, even though I've done that a few times. I love that show, but I was going through rewatching it, and it still bothers me that Vinny and Will didn't end up together. Bobby Cannavale, I know a lot of people would say maybe Gregory Hines, which you could argue it might be Gregory Hines. But as far as a recurring character, it might be Bobby Cannavale. He was fucking fantastic on that show. And that's really where he popped up to me. By the way, I'm still upset that Vinyl got canceled. HBO, fuck you guys for that. That still makes me so goddamn angry. That show was great, and sorry, but he plays the bartender. He plays bartender Eddie in here, and the way that Lorenz and him talk to each other, it's so cool because you really feel like you're watching the conversation. Like, you feel like a fly on the wall, but the way that that Lorenz and Eddie bounce off each other, their shit is just it's so fascinating, and and it's that dialogue I like. It's very snappy. Um, it's very fun. There is um there's a point where Lorenz goes off about the worst line in Casablanca. That's one of the first things the movie even starts with. It's this whole rant about Casablanca. And oh my god, it's so good. Like, just as someone who thinks Casablanca is really good, but it's never been one of those classic movies that it's very much not Gone with the Wind uh quadrant for me, where I'm just like, I get why some people like this, but like, why do you like this? Like, Casablanca is really good. It's just not that good, but I digress. Maybe I'll review Casablanca at some point. But that's a really fun bit of dialogue that you get. And I think he's the guy on the piano, Sven, who's played by Giles Surridge. I want to say that's him. If that's not him, I apologize, but I believe that's him on the piano. Um, I haven't seen him in anything else. This looks, going through his filmography, this looks like kind of his biggest role. And there's a couple times where he's interacting with Ethan Hawke and Bobby Cannavale, and so they're kind of ping ponging dialogue off each other. And he doesn't get a ton of dialogue, but what he does get to deliver is actually really powerful and fun. And I think he keeps pace with them in a way that I'd like to see this young man in more stuff. Like, I was really impressed with what I saw. I haven't gotten to Margaret Qualley yet. Margaret Qualley gives off very old Hollywood vibes in this movie. That's really something I loved about her in this. And the way that Lorenz speaks about her being his muse, and the way that the film gets into his sexuality and how he really is running from it, to a point that even Eddie, the bartender, is aware that that's something that he's running from. And he kind of not tries to confront him about it, but he definitely does bring it up. And it's quite interesting the way that Lorenz deals with that without getting too much in the spoilers. But this was something that I was really excited to watch, and this not only lived up to my expectations, it really exceeded them. Margaret Qualley, her and Ethan Hawke are fantastic together, and there's a monologue that Margaret Qualley's character Elizabeth gets in this movie, and it's about this guy she's dating. And holy fuck, like you want to talk about a story that just ends in tragedy. You're just like, god damn, like it's such a character moment for her to be self-aware enough to realize why she's dumb, but also what she says about this person. It's such a like, wow, like head tilt sort of moment where you're just like, the way she delivers it has such weight to it. There is this moment in the movie too where Sven, Eddie, and then Lorenz break out into a rendition of that that patriotic song Over There. Over There, like they break out into this song, and it's fucking great. Like, it comes from nowhere. Like, they do a really good job of setting it up. But then when they hit you with it, you're kind of like, oh shit, really? And I actually had to pause the movie and just go like, that was awesome. The way that I dug that so much. And I just kept finding things about this movie that surprised me. The one bit that I will give away is there's a point where Lorenz and Richard are fighting about Oklahoma, and Richard makes this point of basically like, yeah, I think if the people in the audience felt something, I think they see what we're fighting for. And Lorenz, without missing a beat, goes, what are we fighting for? Feisty little girls in kingdom dresses who can't say no. And I was like, damn, savage. Not wrong, but also but it was brutal in the best way. And you can see Richard give him this look like, motherfucker, I'll kill you. But this movie, man, oh my god, I had so much fucking fun with this flick. I can't wait to watch it again. Like this will be something that when it does hit VOD, I'll rewatch. I just had that much fun with it. So this is a solid A for me. Yeah, I had so much fun with this. Yeah, I'm really excited to check this out once more. But yeah, please check this out, and this will be a contender for me for getting on my top 10. But I'm really excited to run this back at some point. But yeah, solid A for me. But A plus. It's right there, like it's floating in the fan fucking tastic sphere. But I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna watch it one more time before I make that leap. I reserve the right, as always, to change my rating, but I'm gonna say A plus for now. Because like I'm sitting here thinking about, I'm like, yeah, that score, and then where the movie ended up, and yeah, I'm like, yeah, no, it's an A plus. So yeah, A plus for me. But again, it's bordering on that fan fucking tastic, and it might get there eventually. But yeah, A plus for me. So Blue Moon, have y'all seen it? What'd you think? Let me know in the comments. You can go ahead and follow the show on YouTube at youtube.com/therealpineapple. Follow me on Blue Sky at realpineapple.bsky.social. Follow me on TikTok at and Instagram, pardon me, at jhunter real pineapple. That's jhunter and then REEL and then pineapple. Follow me on Letterboxd at Black Shazam. And then follow the show on Twitch at twitch.tv/the real pineapple. Thank you so much for listening, y'all. I will have a review up on Tuesday for Megan 2.0. I'm so stoked to watch that. I'm so excited to watch Megan 2.0 or rewatch it. But I'll have a review up for that. And then I'm going to start reviewing the Final Destination movies this week. So I'm going to start, I'll have reviews up for those. And then next week will be the Saw films, along with a few other late Halloween reviews. But I'm excited. I'm excited about ramping up this week and getting closer to Oscar season. So I'm real excited to go on this journey once again with y'all. But everyone, thank you so much for listening. Oh yeah, what am I talking about? I'm gonna have a review up on Wednesday for Jennifer Levinson's short Taboo. And my interview with her, the audio version, will be up on the channel on Wednesday as well. I'll post a link when I post on Wednesday of Taboo, where you can go and watch on YouTube. You can watch the short for free. So let's go ahead, everybody. Let's make sure we're watching that short, because Jennifer deserves all the props for what she starred in and produced. It's a dark fucking short, but I'm excited for people to check it out. But audio of that interview will be up on Wednesday. You can go and check out the video up on the YouTube. And yeah, y'all, I've got some other stuff coming down the pipeline here this week, but I will keep y'all updated. But thanks again for tuning in. Please stay safe, take care of each other, give someone a hug, give someone a compliment. We got all use more positivity. And never forget, as always, to keep it real. Thank you so much, y'all, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good one.